Whoa. Did you see this notification?
What?
Hi, Casey with Casey and Casey has officially been canceled.
Okay, because Felicia's back.
Welcome to Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia.
Felicia's back, everybody. Felicia's back, baby.
I'm back.
You guys, I don't know. There's so much going through my mind right now. I'm speechless. I have this how do we explain this, Mom? What we just experienced.
A journey.
What we just experienced.
Your son, my grandson,
Oh my God.
just did
His recital.
a kick-ass.
But no, there's a
story,
Oh my
but
God. It's
I
the
don't know if you
journey. It's
wanna-
the emotional roller coaster. Long story short, he played piano. He was like number 4 out of like a 2-hour fucking recital. And then he was supposed to sing a Benson Boone song that he's been practicing for months. Casey's supposed to play guitar. And before, he was very nervous and he's used to playing piano and he's not singing. And I've always wanted him to perform on stage because I think he's really good. And I just really want people to hear him and get the bug of being on the stage like his mother. So anyway, he's fucking freaking out. And he gets stage fright and he doesn't do it. He doesn't sing. The singing.
Right.
He plays piano, kills
Beautifully
it, Avi.
killed it. It was Avi. It was great.
And then he doesn't sing. And I'm just I'm heartbroken. And he's so upset.
Real vibe shift.
It ruined the fucking day. And the whole recital, I'm just we're whispering in his ears we'll give you this much money. Grammy's I'll give you $100. We're we'll give you $100. We'll
And I'm
give you this.
throwing it in his face and go
But
smell
we're
it,
literally
smell it.
bribing him with everything. He's like, no, I don't want to do it. No.
In his defense, it wasn't about the money. He just genuinely
Was scared.
Oh,
He was scared
absolutely.
out of his fucking
And I
mind.
tried to
Absolutely.
really break it down. What are you scared about? Every other kid was performing. Everybody was
And
messing
everyone's
up.
nervous.
Marni
And
tried
everybody's
shaming
nervous.
him.
Nobody cared. I did not shame him. And then towards the end, we went to the bathroom and I literally said, I don't know where I got this. I was like, Lennon, imagine you have a child one day, because this is going to be a core memory. You are going to remember this for the rest of your life. And you tell your kid you had stage fright and you didn't do it. And that's the end of your story. I was like, this is not your ending. You have to do this because you have to be able to share with people that you did it. And then I start cursing. I'm like, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. And he was like, he was like, okay. And he's like, but I want to close the show. I was like, you fucking go. Of course he wants to close the show after the seniors of high school, after the teachers perform. And then he fucking did it. And he was like, I don't want daddy up there with me. He should have let you go and play guitar. You
Doesn't
got the
matter.
fucking bolt. And he played with his teacher.
I was totally fine with getting the hook.
And she sang with him to make him more comfortable at the beginning, and then she kind of let him go. And if you follow me on Instagram at Marni Jagger, you could see the performance, and he fucking blew it away, and all the screaming and the ovation he wanted, and now
everybody was coming over.
and
They
now
were
he's
blown away.
and now he's cocky. So,
Right. But that's okay.
and I seriously was like, I'm not going to be able to record this podcast because we felt so defeated, and of course, we're proud of him. He did great on the piano, but as a parent, you're just heartbroken for him. And unfortunately, I was disappointed. I was really disappointed. I
think what got
killed
him.
me.
I think what got him is when you said, "If you don't go up there, you are no longer my son." And I
No,
think
well, you
those
didn't
were the
say
words.
Jesus Christ, Casey. Always making me look bad. You don't want to give me the credit, but I killed
I
this
give
one.
you all the credit.
I killed this one.
know?
I
I'm a little soft with that stuff. I'm like, I could see how much it was torturing him. I think you take it a little more personally. And I look at it this, I really felt bad for him because I could tell he was really
He
struggling.
was really sad,
I saw him
struggling.
backstage. I saw all of it. And
Right.
it was more than just I don't feel like it. It was it was an internal.
I 100% agree. And I was like, the world needs to hear your voice because you're so fucking good. And if you weren't good, I wouldn't give a shit.
At one point, he levitated. It sounded like a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
Anywho, we've got a lot going on. Dr. Emily is on her way here to surprise Lennon. Lennon is about to have the best day of his life. Her children are going to surprise Lennon. This all came together quickly. And she just texted me they landed 10 minutes at LaGuardia. So we
they
got
did?
to make
They
the
landed?
moves.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
So let's get to the news. So if you heard last week's podcast, I was talking about Temptation Island and we talked about the host, Mark Wahlberg. Mom, do you remember?
It wasn't. The different
Darren
yeah,
Karp.
right, not the real.
Darren Karp obviously messaged me and she was like, thank you, Darren, for listening and being a loyal fan. She was like, it's Mark L. Wahlberg.
Right.
So I just had to give a shout out right away to Darren. Thank you. Big news for me, Mom. I don't know. You're so busy. You're fucking jet setting around the country, Paris, Florida, all over the place.
Yeah, right.
You know, my boy, my hall pass got married.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Justin Theroux got
But
married.
I didn't finish reading. And who did he get married to?
Nicole Bloom, who plays Jane on Paradise, who's 30 years old. He is 53.
Oh, the one who...
The bad girl.
Right.
That bitch.
Right. Wow.
Look, I'm happy for him.
Why not?
Do I think he belonged and was better with Jennifer Aniston, where they could just like rescue and adopt dogs and live happily ever after without children? Yes.
But you don't live with them, and you don't know what's really happening. But in everybody's household, marriage...
So you think the Vogue wedding, Ben Stiller was there, Jimmy Kimmel was there.
That's their friends.
This was the wedding I would have loved to have been at.
Maybe
absolutely.
you're his hall pass.
I wish him mazel tov. I'm so happy for him. Texts are flying in. Sorry. Allie Grossman from camp just said Lena's performance made her cry. People are crying. Grammy, you were crying.
I was
so
crying.
sorry. I'm on this high now.
I cried when you performed. Why wouldn't I cry when he performed?
You cried when I performed?
Anytime
Dancing or
yes.
singing?
Both. I always cried.
Really?
Always.
I never once knew that.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you that. I always cried. And I never said to you before the show, whatever show that may be,
right.
I never said to you, are you nervous? Because I did not want to plant that in your head. But
and
you
I
were
never
nervous.
asked. No, I was nervous. And let's not forget one time I fucked up my solo competition during a dance. I did a solo and it was at a fucking competition and I forgot the moves. And I started doing another move.
I don't even remember
and
that,
the teacher's like, what the fuck happened? And I was devastated. I remember that killed me. But of course I was nervous, but I had no fear of being on stage or
you
performing.
Loved it. Yes, you did
so
love
for
it.
Lennon, and a lot of people who know Lennon think he's so outgoing, and this I'm like, no, this kid he's shy. He doesn't like performing in front of people.
Right.
So sorry for the digression. What was I saying? Justin Theroux.
Right.
I wish him a mazel tov. I'm so happy for him. You know, Landman got picked up for another season.
Yes.
You know who's going to be on it? And it's specifics are under wraps. Sam Elliott. That makes sense.
Wow.
Isn't he in one of the other Taylor Sheridan shows?
Sam Elliott?
Yeah.
He's really old now.
I know.
By
He's
the
in
way-
like 1923, 1817.
I've never watched those.
Have you been out of the loop or did you stay in the loop when you were in Florida?
I did not stay in the loop. We never watched.
But did you like scroll and see news?
I tried, but I never really had time because we were running from 8:39 in the morning until I was tired, and that was that.
Did you hear Sex Lives of College Girls got canceled?
Oh.
And I love that show. And apparently the last season without Renee Rapp, our girl from Mean Girls, the musical, it didn't do as well without her. And it's sad. Mindy Kaling, look, she's fucking killing it, Kaling, behind the scenes.
Is. She's really good.
And it didn't get picked up, so I'm very upset. Do you know they're doing another fucking Meet the Parents with
What are
Robert
they
De Niro?
doing?
Meet the Parents 4.
Oh, God. What are they, grandparents?
And guess what?
Now they have to be.
With Ben Stiller, the whole fucking cast.
Oh, should
the
be
whole
funny.
damn cast. There's so much to cover. I don't even want to say all the news I have because there's just too much to cover. Your case bonded reached out to you, Miss Lee, and reached out to me about a new show called Doubt on Vicky. Did you watch it?
I have it on to watch, but I have so many other things that I'm trying to catch up with because I've been away. So, like on and off.
So you're like, I'm not watching repeating shows that you've already seen. You're trying to catch up on shows you haven't seen yet that are
and
Korean.
Doubt I have not seen, and I love Doubt's cast. And I'm
Miss Lee was like, she thinks I should watch the show.
She said it to me also.
That Marni should watch the show?
No, she said to me, you've got to watch
Well, obviously you should watch it, but I don't watch K-dramas.
You're
so
right.
what you need to do is...
And if I'm not mistaken...
You got to give me your fucking password for Vicky.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because I wouldn't mind having Vicky in your house either.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yes.
You know,
win-win.
Felicia, because you're sleeping over for 3 nights.
Yes, and I've got
while we go on our
days.
White Lotus retreat.
Right.
Well, let's hook you up while you're here today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I love that for you. Okay.
Definitely.
Have you watched anything Korean this week?
Well, yeah, I had a lot to catch up on.
So what did you watch? You've been home for 2 days. You watched something? Give her a Korean minute.
Wait. Can we first talk about
Korean minute first,
all right,
Mom? I know where she's going with this.
Shit. Something about not lemons. Lemons give how to turn your life around. It's like this one is Life Gives You Tangerines because tangerines seem to be a very popular thing and whatever. But that it's very lovely. It's about a couple. He loves her. They're since children, and he loves her for years. And she wants a better life. They live in a small island, Jeju Island, which is off, whatever. And they show them growing up, what their marriage is like, and then they show them when they're older, and then when they have children that are older also. Meaning 19, 20, 21, whatever. It's a very sweet story. Netflix. When Life Gives You Tangerines.
Is that what it's called? Oh, I
I'm sorry, everybody. I don't remember names because I'm watching so much stuff.
Look at you. So you got to something.
I got something. Doubt I have as my save, which I have to get to. And I have a million other shows. There's something called Buried Hearts, which is on Hulu. I have to catch up with that. And there's a new show that just started on Hulu, which is called Hyper Knife, which is really weird. I just watched it last night, but only 2 episodes because they're releasing them 2 a week, as far as I know. And there's a lot.
Well, I'm proud of you. You still watch something.
Yes, but I prefer, to watch my Korean shows rather than shows you tell me.
Okay, that's fair. So let's get into uncircumcised gems. Before I talk about what I liked, I just want to start off with what I didn't like this week. Because I usually like most.
Yes,
I was on the LIR this week for work.
There are people listening who don't know what the LIR is.
Long Island Railroad into Manhattan. Railroad. I don't even remember, for work, whatever. And I was like, oh, there's this new movie on Max. Quick watch, an hour and a half. I'm going to download it and watch it on the train. The Parenting.
Oh.
With Lisa Kudrow. You got Dean Norris from Breaking Bad, the big guy, the DEA agent. Brian Cox, fucking Logan Roy from Succession.
Wow.
And Edie Falco.
Wow.
Can't fuck this up, right?
Right.
And the story is about their sons are gay and they get like an Airbnb and they're all meeting, and I couldn't get through 20 minutes.
Wow.
It was so fucking bad because there's a poltergeist in the house. And it was so stupid.
Oh, they made it.
They turned it into
shit.
Maybe it got better.
They turned it into shit.
I was so disappointed. Edie Falco, though, looked the best she's ever looked. I couldn't believe how good she looked. And I was so disappointed. I was like, why am I wasting my time with this?
What was this on?
Max.
Okay.
The poltergeist was so stupid. Oh, it was so stupid. Fine. Great. Moving on. Next thing we fucking hated. And then we're going to get into what we liked.
Right.
Casey and I, you know our love for Natalia Grace.
Which I would not watch.
That's fine.
Right.
Scripted version for the first time.
With?
My boy Mark Duplass and Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy. Pompeo. Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy is now doing press, okay?
Yes.
Because she's promoting the show Good American Family.
Of course. Right.
On Hulu, the scripted version of the Natalia Grace story. We watched 2 episodes dropped.
It's too many.
It was so disappointing, so bad. It was like, am I watching an SNL sketch? This is ridiculous. They cast this girl. She's like 28 years old who plays Natalia. She's really weird looking. But I was uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable. And the entire time we're watching this, Casey's having a fucking chat with his new girlfriend on his phone, and I was fucking pissed.
He has a new girlfriend?
Yeah. And
she was?
ChatGPT, AI.
Casey,
can you pull up your conversation and like summarize it?
I tried to pull it up for this moment, but it doesn't save.
Oh, because you don't pay for it.
What happens on ChatGPT stays on ChatGPT.
Unless you do something illegal, then they'll find it. He basically
was like, to hide a body.
He was basically like asking ChatGPT, like, is this a satire? And
it felt like a satire. I think that's what was so confusing to me. It wasn't a satire. The documentary series was so damning, right? Like they were trying to maintain one story and you realize that they're just fucking crazy. The whole family, right? So what I think they were trying to do here, and I was trying to get ChatGPT to confirm this, is that they were taking the family's clearly warped version of the story and scripting it. So it really made the family out to be this charitable, like she was
lovely family
right? That just gets ruined by this evil presence in their house, and they were just trying to do the right thing. But what they do is they just lean on that for way too long. Like they really extend their entire story from their perspective. Now, I don't know if it's going to shift, but they really made them look like a family that was just struggling after they were trying to do the right thing, and like but it was in such a almost campy way. I don't know if it would have read as campy if you didn't know the full story.
I think
if you didn't know anything about the story and you watched that, you'd be like, whoa, this maybe it'd be a little more compelling.
Casey's having a full conversation with AI, and I'm like, why don't you ask AI if she's even seen the show? And what'd she say? She's like, no, I haven't, but I'm compiling all this information based on what I'm reading on the web.
That we've gendered ChatGPT as a she.
Your AI is a she because you're having a relationship with her, and I'm fine with this.
Well, maybe she listens, okay? She gets me, Marni.
And then, what do we say? We brought up Ryan Murphy to your girlfriend.
I said, it kind of has a Ryan Murphy feel.
No, because not so much like Ryan Murphy scripts, let's say, the Menendez story.
Yeah. But a lot of other shit.
It's much better.
ChatGPT brought up a good point. Is she said that it's even the Ryan Murphy stuff feels more factual.
Right.
This show feels more
ridiculous.
just like ridiculous. And I'm sure that ChatGPT is basing that on what other people said, what they found.
How else would they know?
I don't know. I did ask if she's watched it, and she said, well, not personally, but anyway, yeah.
I don't recommend the show.
ChatGPT.
I don't recommend the show. I don't think the ratings are doing well. And
don't waste your time.
This was a bomb for her. For her to, I appreciate her press. I appreciate that she's fighting for equal pay, that she's making $20 million a year on Grey's Anatomy, that she's not in Grey's Anatomy as much this year. I still watch Grey's Anatomy, and it's nowhere near as good when you watch Grey's Anatomy and The Pitt back-to-back. Bad decision because The Pitt's so fucking good.
Bad decision for her.
I'm saying bad decision to watch The Pitt and Grey's Anatomy back-to-back.
Oh, got it.
Because The Pitt is so much better than Grey's Anatomy right now. But look, she came out and she thought this was going to be like her next big role.
Obviously.
I didn't like it. I'm sorry. And I'm done. And I've realized.
It was tough.
I don't have to use my time to watch things just to complete it.
No, you can't.
Like Miss Lee brought up, like we're completists. I don't need to complete this. Thank you, Miss Lee, for that term. So the other big show of the week that if you haven't watched it or if you don't get it or you don't like it, leave my house is Adolescence.
Right. Which obviously four
episodes on Netflix. If you don't know it, you're living under a rock.
I've been recommending it to all my friends, but I don't know if they're going to.
Dr. Emily was like, I'm bored. I was like, get out of here. Get out of my face. Even though it was on text. I'm disappointed that how do you not get this? This was it's a cinematic fucking masterpiece. It's profound. It's telling such a strong, it kind of leaves me speechless. It's one take. It's a oneer.
Yeah. There's
Mom,
no break.
I have researched this show.
I'm sure you
to
have.
no end. Do you know the guy that plays the father?
But wait.
Helped write it and create it.
Yes.
I mean, it's all over. You're watching.
Yes. And
so did you like it?
I did. He was terrific, as was the black cop.
Love him.
And those are the two that resonated for me.
Well, you know the kid's never acted before.
And I know that, which is very impressive. He was very good. But the two guys, I mean, the black cop, who I thought was terrific, and the father.
I think his name is like Ashley
terrific.
something. He was amazing. His name is Stephen Graham. What's crazy is he's in another show that's out right now on Hulu called 1,000 Blows that I tried watching. It's like old timer period.
What does that mean, old timer? Like from the 50s,
old-timey?
60s, what? What does that mean?
Real old-timey, like 40s or 30s it takes place. Maybe you would like this. But it's like, I like the fact that he's trying now to bring light all these great British shows. Apparently there's another show out right now called Toxic Town. That it's a British drama with the girl with the fun teeth from White Lotus. I just feel like all these shows need to be given a shot. I said the minute I watched a show, I said right away before I looked at anything on the internet, this is going to be the next Baby Reindeer, and the fact that everybody's going to be talking about this and we're not going to know any single one of these actors.
And this is a one and done?
Yeah, unfortunately. It's a miniseries, and I hope it wins all the goddamn awards. But I've looked into this. I mean, they rehearsed. There was choreography, not just for the actors, but for the crew.
Right.
I mean, the drone shot at the end of episode 2. I mean, I recommend this show on so many levels. Casey, I know you've only seen the first episode.
Oh.
It's because he plays Fortnite instead of watching it. It's fine, and I want to go to bed early. Casey, I will rewatch it with you. I have no problem doing a rewatch.
That,
well, I want to go to bed. At 10 o'clock at night, I don't want to watch a show. I'm sorry. But
it's good. You have to try it.
The messaging. So, Mom, let's talk about the messaging.
Well, okay.
Scary as fuck.
Right. I saw him on NBC. They were interviewing him.
Who, Stephen Graham or the kid?
Stephen Graham, the one who played the father. Right. And he said you can't blame it on one thing. In other words, the problems, you have to blame it on. You can't blame it on the parents, the school. It's it takes a village, as they say. That's what it sounds like.
But do you know about this new idea of this like masculine kind of club that's starting nowadays with the Andrew Tate kind of pushing how women are bringing men down, and how there's this term, incels.
What was it called? Yeah, I had heard about it.
I didn't really know about it.
I had heard about it a year or two ago. I did.
Why?
Because it was mentioned in another show or something else, and I kind of forgot about it and did not. I guess I don't have to think about it anymore because you guys are my kid. You and Craig.
Do you understand what it means?
Yes.
It's like a boy who is not having sex because, let's say, he's ugly, and then
they think they're ugly.
They think they're ugly, or girls are making them feel bad, and girls are bad.
And they're like 12, 13, 14. It's a horrible adolescence.
Right.
And it's really awful.
And so much of this is...
And he blames, by the way, a lot of it was, right now, this generation is blamed internet. You know,
I mean, I gotta tell you,
it's.
I know.
You have to do
me and Casey are gonna put our foot down. We're not gonna give our kid a cell phone in 5th grade. I'll give him a cell phone, but it's gonna be a fucking flip phone or an iWatch.
Right.
He's not getting an iPhone.
Right.
No fucking way.
I was almost going to bribe him with an iPhone.
Are you? I would have fucking
I know. I decided that was a really bad idea.
Are you kidding me?
I did not say it.
What are you, Santa? What?
I'm one of the elves. I'm one of the elves. I know. I did not, and I would have
never. But that
never,
crossed your mind?
for a second, and I said, I bet it's...
A cell phone?
I was going to bribe him.
Mom.
I was going to bribe him with my car. I said, you'll get my car when you're 17, but I did not say any of those things.
Really?
Because I decided not a good idea. I know.
I was getting desperate too, but not like iPhone desperate.
iPhone desperate that'll cause more mental issues.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's terrible. I feel for all you
all of us.
You guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I caught, when you and Craig, I caught the tail end of the internet. Barely.
Oh, well, let's not forget the internet. Should we tell everybody the story?
Sure.
Oh, this is a great fucking story.
Sure.
I'm 13 years old. AOL's coming. AOL is out.
AOL. Right, and we only had one computer.
My brother's room.
And we set it up in Craig's room because he was in high school, and I figured
if I'm 13, no, he was in freshman in college.
Well, no,
he's out of the house. I'm telling you,
he was not out of the house.
Okay,
absolutely not.
Lo and behold,
anyway,
I'm in his room, and
you had a few friends over.
Yes,
you did.
I was chatting I got into the chat rooms and I lied about my age. I just
big mistake.
I'm sure I just was lying, and that's the problem. If I was lying then in 1994, imagine what they're doing now. So Felicia walked in and
it was a dial-up. It was
the slow download image.
It was
right.
not,
Of course, there's no Wi-Fi. I mean, it's dial-up.
It was dial-up,
and slowly on the screen is a photo that's downloading, and you see
of a man.
You don't know it's a man first, and it's inch by inch a penis picture coming through. It's like, and what did you do?
To come in and went nuts, threw all of you out of the room. Obviously, I knew nothing about computers, and like I literally there was you and some other girls.
I don't remember.
Absolutely.
I don't remember having friends there.
Did you guys search this, or was this sent by somebody?
It was sent by somebody.
Wow,
that I remember.
90s dick pics.
That I remember. Somebody sent me. I did not look for it. I did not. Someone sent it to me over like email.
So it wasn't even like teenage curiosity. It was just some creep sending his dong.
Just like coming up.
Yeah, because I probably was like, female, 35. Like I was probably lying about my age.
Right.
I was crazy.
And I threw them all out of Craig's room, and I was horrified.
That was so many years ago. So yeah, we are fucked. We're fucked.
Yes, you are.
And I'm hoping we're at the stage now. Like I don't have a child, where he's in 3rd grade, and I'm hoping now that parents are getting wind of. I mean, they realize what's going on. Like there's coalitions now. Wait till 8, meaning like wait till 8th grade. And I said to my neighbor across the street, whose name I will not mention, that if we're both on the same page, let's both not give our kids cell phones. This show really impacted her because she's a teacher and she's got a middle schooler. So she's like, fuck. Yeah.
Right.
We got to do this with our younger kids to know. If we're all on this fucking same page and they can't say blah, blah, blah has a phone and I want a phone.
Yeah, I used to say, well, if someone says, if you're going to jump off a roof, does that mean you have to follow them?
Unfortunately,
do you remember me
they
saying
do.
that?
I don't know if I remember you say that, but I will say, so this show, and I'm going to have a fight with Dr. Emily when she arrives. How did she not like the show? Like she's bored? There was nothing boring about the show. Episode 3 is slower because it's just this conversation with the kid and his psychiatrist.
Which was crazy.
She's also a very well-known actress. She's also in this other show, 1,000 Blows. They're all in 1,000 Blows. I think you might like it.
Okay.
Boxing is involved.
By the way,
Brad Pitt was the producer on it.
Yeah.
Plan B.
You know how I like to.
I'm impressed because I thought good shit. A good show. I mean, I'm sorry, Dr. Emily. If you don't like the show, I just think, I don't know. I just think then television is not for you. I mean, they're saying this is it, man. This is what TV should be.
I know.
It's telling a story.
Yeah.
We're learning something. It's waking us up to something that we all need to get behind. Yeah, it's fucking wild. It's wild.
And the good thing, it's only 4 episodes.
It's such a quick watch.
Yeah, it's a quick watch.
So I finished Temptation Island, and I just have 1 word, 2 words, a few words.
Pure shit.
Avi, Darren said to me, it's cringe. I just need a reunion. I want a reunion. I want to see if people are still together. That's all I have to say about that. That's it. We watched, Casey and I, do you remember when I was obsessed with the Karen Reed story about the girl who has Crohn's and MS in Boston, who is, I think, framed for her boyfriend's
murder in Boston, right?
Well, 4 episodes dropped. 5 episodes dropped. It's on ID, and then it goes to Max the next day. And Casey, we did it together.
We did. I pulled a Marni and watched midday.
Yes.
Did you watch? So there's just
we watched all of it. 5 episodes.
5. That's it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's not. This is not a fucking spoiler. It's out in the open. It's a mistrial. I think this was well done. It's very much her point of view.
Right.
Her lawyer was Alan Jackson, who repped Kevin Spacey from fucking California.
Wow.
I gotta tell you this, Casey, Felicia. If I'm ever in trouble, I want you to use all your savings and hire him. He's fantastic. Although she didn't get completely off. But
I was gonna say
there's reasonable doubt here. They were all fucking wasted. Everybody's drunk. I don't think there's enough evidence to prove that she did it. I enjoyed the documentary. If you have any interest in true crime,
want to know what I think?
No, this is the.
I'm gonna give you the quick exactly what happened.
This is the true crime doc of the week.
Everybody was too fucking drunk.
Yeah.
I don't think she remembers what happened. I think she got in a fight with this guy. I think she accidentally ran him over with the car, drove off, and that's what happened. I think it was that simple. And then I think that all of the other little points were just not, there's no way she was framed. That being said, I do think it was a making a murderer situation where the cops didn't want her to get away with it, so they padded and planted some evidence. I don't believe that pieces of taillight were there before. I think they planted those.
So many layers.
Sometimes I think, like, again, I've said this before, these docs, they try to pull you right or left. Was she framed or did she do it? I think this is one of those situations where she did it and they framed her to make sure it stuck because he was a good old boy. He was one of the cops. They wanted to make sure she wasn't going to get away with it, so they made sure it was going to stick. That's what I think happened.
The biggest disappointment for me, there was no mention of her autoimmune diseases.
Oh, Marni was devastated.
I was like, it's her point of view. How is she not talking about how this is impacting her health? Is she having a flare-up? Is she running to the bathroom?
She's also just not likable.
Is she getting numb? Is she getting tingling? Is she having fatigue?
Does she really have these diseases?
Why did I know this? This has been out in the open, yes.
But you didn't speak to her doctor. How do you know?
Mom, why did I come up with this? Well,
I don't know.
Because of
Google it.
HIPAA laws.
I'll fucking Google it.
And we believe everything that's on Google? Do we believe everything?
Did you find, though, Marni, in the moments when the documentary, because I think we can both say that we were kind of being pulled back and forth.
Yeah, because they did have his friends. Yeah, we were like, ooh.
Did she do it? Did she not?
Karen Reed, the subject of a recent murder trial, has a history of health issues, including Crohn's disease and a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. Her father described her as resilient, having battled adversity before being diagnosed with MS.
I don't know. I think you have to speak. You have to go directly to the doctors, which I know they can't.
She's got it. It's here.
Because that's
on the internet.
That's the law.
I just think this has been out in the open.
Do you believe everything you read?
You guys, Boston people, hit me up. Just give me some facts here. Why would
confirm
this is
her
such
health?
What a random thing to put on the internet. AI overview. She's got it. She's got it.
All right. Here's
the thing.
Let me say, when you were being pulled in the direction that she didn't do it, were you rooting for her because you liked her, or were you rooting for her because you were rooting against what you thought were crooked cops?
I mean,
there's nothing about her that's likable. I hated the whole fanfare of people lining up and cheering for her. It's like, this is a dead human being, and
she does come across crazy.
She's awful, and
what's crazy
and who has the time on their hands to go stand outside a courtroom and root for somebody?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Who are these people that have free time in the middle of a weekday to go stand out there with signs and root for someone who's being accused of murder? It's insane.
Side note, I asked Aaron Karp if she was going to be at the Menendez assessment, if they were going to retrial, and she said she would be there if she didn't have to work. So some people like to do this. Back to Karen Reed, the detective, Proctor.
Yes.
And this made huge news in Boston because I got Boston peeps on the ground.
Right.
Boots on the ground there. He just got let go. He was sending the most misogynistic text. He said, I hope she dies. She's a crazy see you next Tuesday, but she's hot. She has got no ass. So this is me, right?
Then he's
and that she's crazy.
He's a schmuck.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many things. There was so much that went wrong with all the evidence, with the trial, that I don't think she should be sitting in prison, because if she did do it, it was an accident. If she did do it, it was a pure accident.
Well, that's where they fucked up. They got angry and charged her with murder too. When originally they charged her with vehicular manslaughter.
The car,
which would have probably stuck.
The car was going 20 miles an hour. 20 miles an hour. They're saying she backed into him, and he probably hit his head on this ice and died.
And they were
20
wasted.
miles an hour?
It's nothing. I know.
And broke a taillight on him, and the taillight would be at his chest. There's no marks on his body. His head is fucked, and an arm that looks like dog bites. There's just so much wrong.
The whole thing was weird.
But if you're into it, you should watch it.
I was captivated.
We also watched, there's a new show on Apple TV called Dope Thief. Casey, 3rd episode dropped Friday. 2 episodes are out.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not like, oh my God, this is the best show ever.
And wait, what
Dope
drug
Thief is on Apple TV. It's about these 2 dudes who are basically like criminals. They're out of jail and they dress up as like DEA. This is a brilliant idea. They dress up as DEA and they get guns and they like break into homes who are making drugs like crystal meth and they're like, DEA, drop everything. And then they steal the money.
Is it a comedy?
No.
Oh, okay.
And they get wrapped up in shenanigans.
The main guy was the guy in Narcos, which is, I thought, interesting.
He was also in Civil War.
Oh.
He looks like Pedro Pascal, kind of.
He is a Pedro Pascal. And a black guy who's amazing. His name is Wagner Moura. The guy who looks like Pedro. I would watch this again, Casey.
I'm going to keep going.
How many episodes?
2 or 3 are out right now. We watched 2.
Do you know how many in total?
I don't, but I like when me and Casey have a show together that I'm not like, have to watch right now. But we could watch it. But I think obviously for us, the big moment of the week.
Oh, do it, girl.
Severance finale.
For you guys, right. Tell Karen. So you explain it to her because she's having a hard time.
The finale? She's having
This
a
one's
hard
for
time.
you, Karen.
Well, she watches it, and she tried to explain it to me, the inning, the outing, blah, 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 blah. But
it was
she had a hard time understanding the ending.
Casey, the more I think about it, it was so good.
It was so good. It was perfect. And
It was.
every negative thing I've heard on the internet were people that just are trying to have an edgy take. There's no way to really frame that as being poorly done.
There was a scene with a marching band. That was so
It was good. It was all so good.
It was great.
You got
I have
answers.
no words.
Most importantly, you got answers.
No notes.
There was no notes. You got answers, and that's where I was like, how are they going to make you want to know what happens while still answering most of the questions you need answered? And they did it.
This was season
2.
And
they're saying
has it been picked up before?
Picked up for
3.
season
Official.
3, and they are not. It's not. It took so long for season 2 to come out because of the strike, and they're going out of their way to say it's not going to take as long. And now forget about it. It's the number 1 show. It's all
also one of the
anybody's
most
talking
expensive
about.
shows.
Yeah, billions.
Billions.
Okay.
Yeah, it cost them like $1 billion.
It did not cost them $1 billion.
That was oh no. The news this week was that Apple TV lost $1 billion in Severance.
What?
Yeah, but it
In
doesn't
Severance?
matter. Yeah,
Really?
No.
pretty sure.
No.
All right, I'll find it.
You know how much $1 billion is?
Yeah,
There's
billion
no way.
sounds ridiculous.
No show has ever cost. It costs
Severance.
hundreds of millions.
$1 billion.
I don't believe it.
Hold
Not
on,
buying
this
it.
out. Apple show $1 billion loss per year
$1
on
billion?
streaming.
Not
All right.
strictly because of Severance.
Spending
It's because
by-
these companies produce all this expensive shit, and then they're based on subscriptions. So there's no
Right.
advertising revenue. I still don't understand how
Right,
they're
they're
making
losing
money.
$1 billion a year each year due to the platform, even though Severance is doing so well. That's what they're saying. The show was fucking great.
It was
If
amazing.
you're not watching Severance, get on it right now. I don't know what to say.
It would be a great binge, but I will tell you, I was really enjoying the process of watching, listening to the podcast, hearing the debates on what people thought. Like that was so fun, and I'm gonna miss it. I'm mourning.
I know. I'm
in
worried about
mourning.
you.
I'm in mourning.
What are you going to do?
I don't
Find
know.
something
Rewatch
else.
Lost.
Well, I will say we should rewatch the finale.
Oh, absolutely.
We're going to rewatch the finale, and we have got White Lotus. Did you watch White Lotus?
So, no, because there's just so much I could have watched in Florida.
Let my people go.
But Ellen,
What about Ellen?
she's not liking the season.
A lot of people think it's a little
She's
slow.
not liking this season.
What is she not liking?
She liked the first.
Well, everybody loves Jennifer Coolidge.
and that's the
Oh,
issue.
you think they're at a loss
she
because of
liked
Jennifer?
Yes, she liked it when Jennifer Coolidge was in it.
I still
Parker
like it.
And Ellen
Posey,
does
though,
not
is a
watch
good
a lot of
replacement.
Ellen-
for
I
her.
agree. Parker
Right.
Posey is.
She's a great replacement. She has a similar kind of insanity.
The
Yeah.
whole Southern thing is ridiculous.
I just
but
love
whatever.
what she talks about the pills. I just love it so much.
What are they on?
Piper.
Episode
Taiwan?
5, 6?
Are you in Taiwan? Oh, it's so good. I still like White Lotus. So you missed the big monologue by cameo from Sam Rockwell, who's married to Leslie Bibb, who's in the show.
That's inspired a
and
lot
I
of
know
memes.
exactly who Leslie Bibb is.
You know,
I
the
do.
blonde. She's
Yes.
one of the 3 friends.
Yes.
And
yes,
Sam Rockwell.
Yes.
has
she's
the most.
She's on Jeff Lewis a lot.
She's a big fan of Bravo.
That's right.
Sam Rockwell has a monologue that it just makes a lot of people uncomfortable, blown out of the water. He talks about he was an alcoholic, druggie, lots of sex, lots of Asian talk. He loved Asian women, wanted to dress up like an Asian woman. Like shit got weird.
Okay,
but good. Like
it slowly started snowballing weirder and weirder and weirder.
He meets Rick, who is Walter Goggins in fucking Bangkok. They were like buddies or something.
Okay.
And his face during this whole monologue is just like, what?
He played it well.
Fuck, like is he doing? It was great. I love that show. So, guys, I like White Lotus still, and we're going away. And listen, this is episode 63. Casey and Marni have not taken a week off in 63 weeks. We are officially, Casey, I think we should officially take next week off.
Yay!
Felicia, you don't want to do an episode with Jordan Brodsky or Dominic Pupa?
By myself?
You and them? I'm just kidding.
That could be interesting.
We're going to Tulum. We're going to see a shaman. We're going to do some hot stones, clay ceremony. No drugs will be taken. No guns will be there, but we're going to get our wellness on.
Maybe guns. Some yoga.
No.
He's kidding.
I know.
I'm going to try real hard to read. I'm reading a book called Going Infinite about the cryptocurrency rage and Sam.
I was thinking about purchasing one of those adult coloring books.
We have them. You bought them before. We have it.
I was thinking about getting some nice pens, and
we have them all. I'll show you. They're in Lennon's playroom. Don't waste your money. We've got them all.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what to say because I'm just kidding. If you want to do it, you could do it. I don't know how I'm gonna. There's some Wi-Fi, not all Wi-Fi. I'm gonna try to stay off. It's gonna be weird not watching shit. But the big show for me that's premiering next week. No, not next week. In 2 days. I could totally watch it before we leave. The Studio.
Where is that?
Seth Rogen.
I know nothing about that.
It's going to be on Apple TV. I think it's hopefully will take place of the loss of Severance, but it's not airing on Fridays. It's literally airing. Oh, it's airing Sunday night. Seth Rogen, Catherine Hahn, who I fucking love.
Yes.
And it's about like studio executives in Hollywood. If you love the behind the scenes of Hollywood, apparently this show's for you.
This is on Apple.
Is this our Bye Felicia?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Now proceed.
The Studio is going to be The Big Watch. It's written by Seth Rogen and his partner, Evan Goldberg. And he was apparently inspired by a studio executive one time saying to him, I love TV and now I ruin it. Studio executives, it's a tough role. So I can't wait for that. There's a show on the 28th premiering that I feel like maybe you would watch on Hulu.
Which is?
Mid-Century Modern with Nathan Lane and Matt
Oh my
Bomber.
God, absolutely.
Is it like the new Will and Grace?
Yes.
All right, Felicia, so you could report on that.
Yes.
You've got Mobland with Brosnan and Helen Mirren premiering on Paramount Plus.
Well, I get it.
You got an Oprah special about menopause, and Wicked dropped on Peacock.
I know, but we've all seen Wicked 7,000
I know.
times.
Lennon's over Wicked and officially moved on to Mean Girls the
I don't blame
Musical.
him. Right. It's done.
So, wow. Casey, I wanted to keep this short and tight because you're busy tonight.
That Linda Lavin is in the show with Nathan Lane? That was
Who's Linda Lavin?
Oh,
boy.
Marni.
Who is she? Just remind me. Felicia, you don't know everything.
She's an actress. She's older. She's probably, maybe she could have, either she was a little older than me and she passed away.
Okay, I was like, she's dead. Why is she?
Because that was her last show.
Oh.
Yes.
What did she, wait, I think I know. Was she in the Oscar Memoriam? Oh, I know who she is.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah. She was.
How Linda Lavin's mid-century modern character will be written off.
Yes. Well.
Sad.
Yeah.
Was she on Broadway in like theater?
She's done a lot of
Started
stuff.
on Broadway,
Yes.
so she's probably besties with Nathan.
And she did something
Lane.
with Alice, something. Oh God, from many years ago. But
sitcom Alice.
What is it called?
It's called Alice.
No, not called.
She was best known for her role as a single mom and waitress in the TV sitcom Alice.
I remember that
they
show.
Renamed. Okay, fine. Right.
Based on the movie Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
That's it. Right.
Wow,
There you go.
Casey.
He's a better fact checker.
Didn't we meet or see Nathan Lane once in the audience? I remember us. I remember loving Nathan Lane. I think I started loving him because I saw him in the original Guys and Dolls with Faith Prince. Do you remember you took me to see Guys and Dolls with Nathan Lane and Faith Prince?
I love
we love
him.
Nathan Lane.
I love him.
All right, so that's your show.
Yeah.
So you got some things to watch.
Right.
I think you might like The Studio.
Maybe. Yes.
The Studio is basically what you and Uncle Barry should have been doing, working for a Hollywood studio.
Exactly.
All right, so I'll remind you that premieres Sunday night, so you can watch White Lotus and The Studio. What do you think, Casey? Do you think we could get through some television before we leave for Mexico?
Well, I mean, we can take our time because you're taking a week off from recording, right?
Uh-oh. Do you have? Is it a direct flight? There's no direct. Really?
Yeah, direct to Tulum.
Wow.
And then a private jet to the island.
No.
Just kidding.
You should.
No PJs. So, Felicia and everybody, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Miss us.
I have a break for 2 weeks?
You've had a fucking break for 2 weeks.
You've had the whole month off.
Me. That's
okay.
not a break.
Mom, you loved it. Your friends loved being on the Zoom.
They loved it. They did love it. They did.
Great. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
My Felicia, bye Felicia.